Well, Si, we're back.
Hey, that's it.
We're
Welcome
back.
back to the Duck Call Room podcast, guys. We have another guest. Okay, one Jules Jep Robertson.
Close.
Almost
got my name right.
Jules.
That's right. Hey,
Jules
known as Jepito. All right, Jep, what is Miss Jessica and the girls and then Riverman been up to these days?
They're good.
good?
They're having a good summer. Yeah.
I guess they're growing like bitter weeds too.
Gus.
Yeah, what?
is-
Literally, he's in college now.
Well, she just graduated high school. She's going to college in the fall.
Yeah.
Or in a
Mary-
month. She's going in like 3
Mary
weeks.
is 17. Is she
She
17?
just turned 17.
That's crazy.
3 days ago.
She was just born the other day.
No. Good grief. They grow up fast, boys.
They do.
Everybody getting long in the tooth.
All
They
right.
say.
So everybody's doing good?
They are. Yep.
You and River been hunting here lately?
Well, we did
When
in
the
winter.
season was
yeah.
open? Yeah.
We
I was
did
gonna
when the
say,
season
Si,
was
it
open.
ain't hunt season right
So
now.
Well,
we
hey,
have
look,
a-
I can't wait, yo.
We have a club, me, River, and my buddy Nick, also known as Nicky Tight Pants.
Nicky tight pants.
Mickey's tight pants.
It's called the Headshots Only Gamers Club.
The Headshots Only Gamers Club.
So we stay. Nick has this little old what's that thing called? The Shambler or something. It's a tiny little camper, and we stay in it out at his in-laws' land. It's awesome deer hunt. I mean, there's deer everywhere. This is in Central Texas, and we'll play games at night, like kind of mostly all into the night, and then we'll deer hunt kind of in the mornings and evenings, and then during the middle of the day we game more.
So it's just the men and the kids having a good time out in
Lots
God's
of work.
creation.
Lots of work to be done in Texas.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, and don't mess with Texas, boys. That's
it.
the thing. Okay.
Well, Jep, we've been missing you, man. You've been,
I know.
You've been MIA.
Yep.
Yep.
For a
I
while.
miss a lot of people say, do you miss home? I'm like, not necessarily the town as much. I miss the people.
Yeah.
That's the way I was with the military since I spent 24 and a half years at, they asked me, well, what's the biggest adjustment you had to make? I said, well, I miss the people that I actually served with. Okay. So it was, a lot of fun and a lot of trouble. Mainly because I couldn't keep my mouth shut, but that's,
Oh, you,
Shocker.
shocker.
yeah, that's a shocker of all time. Boy.
I can remember when we was filming the duck hunts. The cameraman had to put the camera in his lap to make you say anything.
I don't know what it was about that.
You was shy of the
Yeah.
camera. You wouldn't even say, now you won't shut up.
Well, hey, no, that's like people, when I tell them, I said, well, tell us something about Uncle Si that we don't know. And I said, well, you won't believe it when I tell you. And they said, what are you talking about? And I said, I'm really a shy person.
Yeah,
And they said, yeah, you're really shy.
he was.
Because I was like Phil, he said, hey, we used to have to hide the camera to get you on film and talking, telling your stories.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you seen the camera, deer in the headlight. Well,
was.
I've seen that now because we had a girl we was filming one day, and the restaurant, we was in a restaurant filming, and we, needed just a girl. She had one line, may I help you, sir? That was it. And, if you're not used to it, when they say action, and you're supposed to say your line, then 7 people shove cameras in your face. Well, if you're not used to it, it's kind of a scary experience, when it's action and then it's, you're looking at all these things stuck in your face. We tried it for about 30 minutes. We tried everybody in the restaurant, and everybody was the same way. It was just a complete failure. So finally, they just said, "Hey, forget saying, may I help you, sir? Just walk up and hand the menu."
So I've been meaning to tell you this. Well, it's pretty recent. I met your biggest fan. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard anybody say. This girl, and she was newly married. She was 22 or 3. She said, it was nice to meet you. Me and Jase were metal detecting at her in-laws' land, and she said, I just want to meet Si. I'm the biggest fan. I love him. She said, I love him. I said, really? You love him? She said, I mean, if he was 100 years younger, I'd like to meet him. She said,
If he was 100 years younger, I'd marry him.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's the story of my life. Okay.
You missed it, Si.
You missed it.
Hey, I missed it, boys.
Hey, it's a good thing.
Metal detecting. Tell us about your metal detecting.
It's fun. I thought it was something like old men did when they were bored, And
Yeah,
just,
it's not a hobby. It was
It
just
is.
something to get them out of the house.
That's exactly right. That's what old men do when they're bored. That's what
well,
you're doing.
well, and granted, I'm sure that happens, but I didn't realize how fun it is. I mean, because you're fishing, and I know y'all love to fish. It's like you're gonna catch a lot of gar, which is aluminum cans and pull tabs. But when you get that bass, when you know beforehand, it's like, oh, this is something good. It's like when you got a fish on and you're like, I don't know,
Yeah,
like
how big is it,
this
boys?
could be something
Yeah.
awesome. It's that split second that's like so much fun. The not knowing.
The
What it is.
anticipation.
But when it comes right to it, you're
It's
looking,
like the
you're looking
ketchup.
to hit the lottery. Okay,
Yeah. I
mean,
you're
yeah.
wanting to find something that'll be worth some serious.
I would like
treasure.
to find bars of gold, but I don't think that happens very often. I have found 4 silver ring, 4 or 5, 2 with diamonds on them, 1 with like a pretty good sized diamond. I just give it to my daughters. I don't sell nothing.
I bet you
Well, you
they
never, yeah, you may
They
hit
might
the big one,
at
boys.
some point.
Hey, that's the anticipation of it. Okay,
do. Like the ketchup coming out of the ketchup bottle.
especially if it's Heinz. Hey, free advertisement, boys, for Heinz ketchup.
So y'all are actually making a TV show about hunting treasure.
Well, we're
We're trying.
trying. We're
I can
we're
see
doing,
I can see the premise. I mean, I can see where the anticipation where you don't know what's underneath there, and if for some reason you got to see.
Yeah.
I mean, because there'll be some suspenseful music playing. You're dun, 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 dun. Good night. You hear that?
Yeah,
and then
like
and then,
Jaws.
then the cut to commercial.
Yeah.
And
The
then you
last
come back
shovel.
and-
The last
That's
shovel.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He's-
hit something.
He's brushing that dirt off of it, and the camera zooms in. They go to commercial.
Go to commercial.
Yeah.
Like, good night. On next week's episode.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Then they show the open scene next week is a Curious crushed beer can.
Yeah, there you go.
Another free advertisement.
Wah, wah, wah.
Curs.
I'm definitely the rookie of the
Size
group.
on it. That's all it is.
Well, hey.
Like Murray and Jase find a lot. They're a lot better, and Jase just does it all. That's all he does. I mean,
That play
he-
a round of golf every once in a
yeah,
while.
but I mean, really, he
Poker.
Yeah,
detects
and then,
about-
and then go out and play poker at night.
and that's like anything else. To get good at it, you have to just do it a ton.
Well, Murray's good at it because, hey, some of the stuff he's got at his house is amazing.
Well, what's crazy about Murray is I look. So your machine gives you a tone and it gives you numbers. I look more at the numbers, and Murray's like never looks at. He only what he hears. The numbers could be terrible. It's like saying it's iron, but what he hears, if he hears something, the way it breaks over or something, he'll dig it. And
Yeah.
man's found more stuff.
Kinda like-
I'll
What
ever
is it?
find.
What is it about Jase? No matter what he decides to do, he's gonna end up doing it
Yeah.
way better than you.
Jase is John
Competition.
Wick.
Yeah.
So I just watched that movie again the other day. That Russian guy, the bad guy. He said John Wick is a man of determination.
Oh, well, that's right.
He just gets her done, and that's
it.
Jase. He finds a way to get it done.
Yeah, say if you're gonna be a bear, you might as well be a grizzly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, well, let's take a quick commercial break, Si, and we'll get into what you were talking about earlier after the break.
Many of you are just starting out, buying a home, having babies, and building wealth. Be sure to add securing your family's future to your to-do list by establishing a will or trust at trustandwill.com. I did it earlier today. It took about maybe 10 minutes to do the whole thing. So now Brittany and I have all of that set up. There's no question should something happen to me, which means a little more after last week.
Did I get anything?
I got you some fishing rods. Is that okay?
That's perfect. Perfect.
I'll put. You can have my PlayStation if I can have your boat.
Oh, you can have my boat. I don't
You
need
got
that
one.
thing. There's one thing I won't need in heaven is my boat. So,
Somebody
because
got
Jesus
come to
gonna tell us where to fish anyway.
throw it to the other side,
Yeah,
friends.
try over there. Trustandwill.com. Setting up an estate plan is simple, convenient, and secure. For as little as $39, you can nominate guardians for your children, or in my case, your pets. Determine who gets your stuff and plan for future medical care, all from the comfort of your home. Hiring a traditional estate attorney can cost thousands, and using a one-size-fits-all template is not nearly specialized enough. Trust and Will documents are designed by estate planning experts and customized for the state that you live in. And with live customer support 7 days a week, TrustandWill.com's team is available to answer any questions you have while setting up your plan. Trust and Will is the most trusted name in online estate planning, the category leader on Trustpilot, and they've helped hundreds of thousands of people protect their families, assets, and legacy. Gain peace of mind at trustandwill.com/duck and get 10% off plus free shipping of your customized legal documents. Don't wait. Go right now. This is really important. Get 10% off plus free shipping at trustandwill.com/duck. That's trustandwill.com/duck.
Awesome.
We're back. Welcome back to the duck call room. We got that's how I calls him, Jepetha,
Yeah, Jules.
Jeppy
Jeppy
in
Toe.
the
Jeppy Toe.
house. So every year for the last 25 years, we all get together in summertime and we go to Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Okay.
The redneck
AKA
Riviera.
the redneck Riviera.
That's right.
So back in the day, back when everybody was still in decent shape, the golf matches were pretty intense.
Yep.
And I remember when me and Anna got married, that's the first thing I noticed about y'all. When y'all got together, you, Willie, Jase, and Al,
Yeah.
and played golf. It was some pretty intense situations that happened there, which I felt a little uncomfortable. I thought, are they fixing to throw hands? I mean, I
That's
don't
fixing to be
know.
all out. Yes.
It's came
Free
very
fall.
close at times to
Yeah.
outright blows.
Yeah.
But nobody's done that, but it's been close.
Oh, so the
I
one that
bet you y'all
stands
thought
out.
about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the one that stands out to me is, I'm sure you remember this. It's Willie was teeing off, and Jase made a noise. Intentional or unintentional? It was a noise right before contact, and all the skins were. It was the last hole. You remember what I'm talking about?
It's like a pressed.
It was
this
a
is
press. It was
We
all
play
the
for money,
skins.
but not a ton. I mean, it's like
Right.
you lose like $20, you know.
Right.
But it gives you something to play for.
That's right. It makes it more. It makes it
And
more
money
fun.
was involved in this?
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
no.
but not a lot.
Well, you ruled it out. It was not unintentional.
No,
Okay.
no.
It was intentional.
Well.
Okay.
Jase claimed
Jason Robertson is looking for an edge.
this was 15 years ago probably. So the noise was made, the ball was shanked, Willie's out of the hole. Well, it got.
Tempers began to flare.
I was thinking, boy, these boys are fixing to throw down
Fifth City.
right here. So that right there told me that there is a point. That there is a place that you do not go with Willie.
Yeah, a line had been drawn in the sand, boys.
That's it.
So,
You-
I don't know if I remember that particular, but I remember you. So Jay is known, and I don't think so anymore. He was known for his. So the Olympics is on right now. Jay could be in the Olympics for golf club toss.
Oh yeah.
He could throw a club 100 yards,
Oh yeah.
like perfect spinning.
Oh, okay.
Do you like them people that throw the discus?
Hey, I know about that because when I worked at a golf course in Huntsville, Alabama, okay, we had a guy on doctor's orders, okay. He said, you're too stressful, okay, so you got to go find you a hobby to relieve the stress.
Well, golf is the last thing.
No.
you oughta-
That's what I'm talking about. Because hey, he'd come out there, and the first time he made a bad swing and it shanked, hey, the golf clubs go up in the trees. The whole bag. Okay.
Oh, look.
He'd come driving back with an empty bag, and
Yeah.
we'll have to. Somebody had to go down there and climb up the big oak tree and get all of his clubs back. We'll give it back to him every time he comes to play golf.
Oh no! Look,
Why would you throw the club?
I fix to tell you because I had an anger issue, so I told myself I got to quit this stupid game. So and that will save me a lot of stress, not to mention a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Now you play golf, you just fix to spend some jack,
Oh no.
Yeah,
and you get zero return out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
zero.
What does 3 golf balls cost in a little package?
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't bought
Those
4 years.
timeless
I think
they're
it's about $30.
Well, not
No,
3 balls.
no.
They're about $6 a pop though.
Really?
$6 a pop.
$5 a ball.
I'm saying like a ball.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
My
18
goodness.
bucks.
Expensive.
That's
Okay.
a 20 gone.
So that's
right.
what I did 6
That's
years
less
ago.
than a crankbait.
Yeah, 6 years ago, I quit golf. Si. I had to quit because I would get too upset. I was paying them a bunch of money, and then I'd go play a game and get upset about it. My blood pressure would go up.
Yeah.
So I quit the game. 6 years, best move I ever made.
Yeah.
Best.
Not only did it raise your blood pressure, it just made the wallet go the other way.
That's right. So
Okay.
that's
You
it.
had to
Your
buy new
cash is
clubs
going.
every
Yeah,
time.
your cash is going down.
That's it. You're
and the blood pressure's
you're paying
going up.
them money to get frustrated
Yeah.
and get your blood pressure up. So, yeah, and Jep was right. I had a bad. I would get mad, and it'd be like a helicopter.
But you could throw a golf club.
Oh, I'll never forget.
Honda.
Oh yeah. Oh, the best one ever. You remember this? I knocked it up there that's about 175 out. Hit like a 6-iron up there about 2 feet, but it was on the crest of a hill. Willie was there, and all the skins were on the line. Willie was talking at his back. Oh, stone there, it's just for all the money. So I get up there. It's this far. Most of the time it's a gimme. But when there's skins on the line, no gimme. You got to make it. So I get up there, I shank it. Didn't even hit the hole. It gets on that hill, and it rolls
All the
down
way
5 feet
down.
past it. Well, guess what? I'm still putting for skins because that was a birdie putt. This is par. Everybody else got bogey. So comebacker, Willie's like, yeah, Stone, you got to come back here to see if he can make it. Missed that one. It goes the red. I put it back the other way. You ever heard of a 4-putt? It was a 4-putt for double bogey. So I turned and looked at Willie. He had his hands over his face. I grabbed that putter. There was a pond there. I went, shoo, 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 shoo. Splash.
I remember that.
Putter in the pond. And
He's gone.
Willie,
Still there?
he was laughing so hard. He was rolling on the green, just rolling around. Oh, yeah, it's still there. So I'm glad I quit that stupid game.
That is
To be honest
Well,
with
and
you.
the problem is now. So on vacation we played this year, but you didn't come. And Willie didn't come, but me, Jase, Reed, Cole, and Al. That was our group. Yeah. But Reed and Cole, they're good now.
Oh, yeah,
They're young. They can
Oh,
hit the
yeah.
ball a mile. So they whipped up. One day, though, I whipped them.
Oh, that made it all
So
worth
it
it.
made it all worth it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time, I got.
Yeah, I'm not
they beat
stoned.
us.
I don't see how that game caught on.
Me neither.
Yeah. Now,
Oh,
I can
I
go to
love
the
it.
driving
I
range.
love it.
Hey, give me a bucket of balls, and I just hit them and don't worry about where they go.
Yeah.
Hey, knock them and go sideways. Hey,
That's
hit you
what
another, put you another one up, tee another one up. And
I
swipe
went to
it.
ICAST this year. We went to Top Golf. I ain't never played
Oh,
golf.
so there's one in Austin. It's fun.
in
I
Orlando.
played up there a
Yeah.
bunch.
And I tried to hit that thing. There was one big green deal out there. It was about 100 yards. And I had that. It had a number 8 on it. If it had a number 8 on it, I could hit it. All the others went crooked. And I could hit it and get in there. And I scored pretty good because I was hitting it in the same place every time. But I tried that and with the big knot on it.
Yeah.
The driver.
And tried to hit it. But it
With a
was.
size 12, yeah, with a size 12 boot on the end of it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a big old thing. It'd go the same distance. I said,
The one with a knot on it.
That's right.
said, well.
No,
So I got the one with the number 8. I just kept hitting it.
We've said this before, but what impresses me about it is the guys that do it that are pros.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what they can do with a little stick and a little old bitty ball.
Oh, it is. It is amazing.
It really is.
I've
yeah.
gotten to be friends with a guy down there. There's several pro golfers that live down there in Austin, and this guy's name's Andrew Landry. He's awesome. Y'all should watch him. He's won a couple tournaments. He's from Beaumont, good old boy, big fisherman. But the first time I played with him, after 9 holes, I said, "Look, man, I don't want to mess you up here, but what's your score?" I just watched him. He'd hit it up there about this far and make every putt. And he looked at the scorecard. He said, "I'm 8 under." He was 8 under after 9 holes.
Who was
like-
it? Andy Morgan?
Andrew Landry. That's his name.
Andrew Landry.
Andy Morgan.
I thought you said Andy Morgan.
No.
Isn't Andy Morgan a professional fisherman?
He said he fished.
No, but my favorite one, me and Jep used to ride together in the carts because we like to have fun.
Yeah.
There's other people, I'm not going to
Yeah,
mention
yeah,
their name,
yeah.
that don't like to have fun.
Yeah.
So we would make sure that we were paired up in the same golf cart just so we could have fun and laugh and just have a good time. So
Throw putters.
I remember Jep was playing good one day, and I was riding with him, and old Jase knocked one up there stiff. There's a bunch of skins on the line. All these good stories happen when there's a bunch of skins on the line. So Jase knocks one up there stiff, and Jep steps up there and then just shanks. He's only got like 90 yards, a little sand wedge in his hand, and he shanks it out in the woods, out of bounds. I'll never forget it. He walked up to the car and he looked at me. He put his arms on all of his drivers, his 3-wood and his driver, and he goes, snap, 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 snap everything with a head, everything.
I did do that.
Everything that had a head on it, or a knot on it, as you say, was snapped in half.
Yeah.
That's called immediate relief.
That's
Okay.
You know what's funny?
I just got to do it.
I don't think I've done that since. That was my last fit of rage on the golf course.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, once you start paying for that, them shafts are expensive.
oh yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
That's one of them
It
deals
ain't worth
that it hits you, okay, and it's just total rage inside your body,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you said, "I've got to break something."
Oh yeah. I felt it many a time. That's why I quit the game. So
Yeah.
now I do things that are therapeutic. Golf is not therapeutic. So
Therapeutic. Getting your butt whooped is therapeutic.
it is. It's very therapeutic.
Tearing
goes up there
the
and-
muscle off your back.
I have my tail whipped on a weekly basis, and it's very therapeutic.
Hey, Tail,
I
he's
would
fixing to go to, what's that? You go jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu.
He says, well, I got to get my mind right to get my butt whooped.
That's it.
He goes up there and gets
Well,
his
now
butt
you
whooped.
do that. He's got a good point there. Just not anybody can go up there and let somebody whoop them. Okay,
That's right.
Without-
Well, let's get into
without
some of that
losing.
right after
After
the
this
break.
break.
There you go. Si, I know that you've had some dealings with Samaritan's Purse. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yep. Hey, look. First of all, they're a first-class operation. Okay, and second, okay, all the people involved in it are good people. Okay, because what they are is they're people that anytime there's an emergency, there's flooding. Okay, there's fires, whatever, a disaster has happened. Okay, these people leave their homes wherever they're at, okay, wherever they live. They load up, they come down to whatever for us, it was a flood. Okay.
That's right. Well, a lot of the disasters have hit close to home here recently, especially in Lake Charles, where there were 2 hurricanes, an ice storm, and a flood, all in under a year. And for months, volunteers have been there from Samaritan's Purse, removing mold, tearing out drywall, and helping rebuild homes thanks to the organization called Samaritan's Purse.
And look,
also, Si, this is near and dear to us.
Yep.
There are many veterans right now who are suffering after being injured in combat, and their marriages are falling apart. Samaritan's Purse flies these wounded warriors and their spouses to Alaska, where they attend marriage enrichment classes to help strengthen their relationship with God and each other. And
I've been there.
Have you?
No, yeah,
in
we
Alaska.
all
Yeah,
went.
we went.
Yeah, that was,
It was
Billy.
really awesome.
Not Billy, but son Graham.
It was Franklin Graham.
Yeah, Franklin
That's-
Graham.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's right.
So he does the
super
same thing, okay, and I imagine Samaritan Purse is, join with him, okay, in that, because they do a good thing. But hey, here's the thing, okay, they're actually being like Jesus was when he walked this earth, okay, because all Jesus did when he walked this earth, he was going around healing the blind, healing the sick, and that's what Samaritan Purse does. They're people.
Yeah.
They come and they help, okay.
And love on you.
Yeah, and love on.
And love you.
Okay.
So
yeah,
for
yeah.
over 50 years, Samaritan's Purse has been helping victims of poverty, war, famine, persecution, and natural disasters here in the U.S. and around the world. They provide medical care, clean water, children's heart surgeries, and other life-changing aid. They show the love of Christ while sharing the gospel and being the hands and feet of Jesus. So here's what we need you to do to support Samaritan's Purse. Go to SamaritansPurse.org/donate /duck to find out how you can get involved with this ministry. And trust me, there are great testimonies of what God is doing and opportunities to get involved. Again, that's SamaritansPurse.org/duck to learn more. SamaritansPurse.org/duck, or click the link in the show notes.
I did something pretty cool in Texas I'd never done before. Kind of down South Texas off the coast, we redfished, caught redfish and trout. But what we did was we waded, which kind of, now you're talking about freaky. That freaked me out. Is because you kind of wade a good ways away from the boat. You kind of get, start catching them, and then you got a stringer with like a buoy thing on it. And you just got these fish, and then look, like second day, I'm like, has a shark ever came? He's yeah, that's happened before.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, I don't like that.
The music starts. The music starts in you, and then you look behind you, and all you can see is a fan about this tall.
One of the guys stepped on a stingray, and it freaked him out, and I was like, oh man, it's kind of scary because you can't see in the water.
Yeah.
You don't
Not
know
in
what's around your, because you're at waist deep.
That would remind me when we was down there. On I can't even think of it. Was
Venice?
No, the guy that let the island down there. I think we had to fly into it, and we're bone fishing.
Oh, Belize.
Yeah, Belize. Okay, we're the guys push poling us, and you look over there, and there'd be a big circle in the sand. And you don't say, good, great, look at that big old stingray.
Yeah.
And everywhere you look, there'd be a big circle or a little circle. They're just from like the size of a car down to a pie plate.
Good.
And then we'd get up there close to them, and that'd be sand go everywhere.
What was that last part?
Be sand,
Look,
like a sandstorm.
you would think
Yeah,
you'd
great.
go to Belize, nobody would know who Uncle Si is, but it was. We'd walk by to hear somebody say, "Uncle Si, Uncle Si,
There he
Uncle
is.
Si."
Yeah.
They called him Uncle Si. They knew who he was.
Yep. I went to Disney
crazy.
World, and this was when we were doing the show still, I think, and there was a lot of people from Brazil, and they come up to me and Jess, were like wanting pictures and stuff. But I was like, I guess it was a big deal in Brazil.
Yeah, and they're speaking Spanish. It's what all got me. And hey, we landed.
You need to work on your
hey,
Spanish,
the-
John.
You're talking
You need to work on
about that. We fly 8,000 miles to Maui and land, and then they push the thing up. You had no inside thing, to get off of. They push the thing up. We walk down, and as soon as I walk out the door, I hear Uncle Si. And this is on Maui, 8,000 miles. I said, what in the world?
Well, that is the United States.
Still, you just wouldn't figure.
Cable television.
But the coolest part of that was I had a line on that part of the filming.
The Mayans. Yeah.
Mayans.
Yeah.
Mine.
Well, hey, I got a letter after that show because everybody was always telling me you're so stupid. They ain't never been on these islands. I had a letter from a guy that born and raised Hawaiian. Okay, he said, "Hey, tell Willie, the little fat CEO, that you were correct. There was Mayans on the island."
There you go.
So I thought.
So now we know.
Hey, that's right. I thought
I've
that
been
was
wondering
cool.
about that.
I was right.
This woman come up to me one time. Oh my goodness, you're Godwin, And she said, you was just on TV. How you here? I said, it's a commercial break.
That's it. It's a commercial break, boy, and I flew over just right after.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But everything's real if you see it on TV.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because that episode where I went to the doctor and they said I was legally blind. I had a lady at church. We was having trunk or treat on Halloween. I was sitting beside her. And somebody come up and said, "Well, how you doing, Uncle Si, with your eyesight?" And I said, "Hey, matter of fact, I just bought a new pair of glasses today." And I said, "I see better, 20 than 20/20 with corrected lenses, And that lady, she patted me on the leg and said, no, honey, you're in denial. You blind. You legally blind." So I tried to convince her that I wasn't for
you
15
can't.
minutes.
You
Finally, it was just, "Darling, no, you're in denial, honey."
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I give up. I'm legally blind.
Yeah. This boy walked up to me one time in the airport and said, "You're Jep." I said, "No, I'm Godwin." "No, you ain't."
You're Jep, buddy.
Yeah, me and Paula was sitting there. Paula was looking at me.
Okay.
I said, "No, I'm Godwin." "No, you're Jep." I said, "Okay." Paula said, "Too bad for Jep."
I said, too bad for Jep, boys.
It was crazy.
I just go with it.
You just
They call
to.
me Jase all the time. Still people do. I'm like, yeah. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
But it's awesome. I mean, it's opened a lot of doors for us, and it's pretty awesome. People watch us.
Well,
That was crazy.
Well, it's the Almighty doing what the Almighty does best.
yeah.
Yeah, well, y'all have definitely taken full advantage of your platform in a positive way. So let's get into some of that right after the break.
All right.
You ready to talk about these comfortable drawers?
That would be
Keep talking
Tommy
about it.
John's, boys.
That's
I'm a
it.
fan.
Tommy John's.
It's like you're not wearing them. They're
It's like
comfortable.
you're not wearing them.
It really
and,
is.
And they are way better than the old whitey tighties.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back
Yep.
in that we used to wear in the old days. So Tommy John has a new
Uh-oh.
pair of drawers.
Upgrade, boys.
Apollo is Tommy John's newest and most advanced men's underwear yet, with a performance-grade dry-release fabric blend that is exclusive to Tommy John. It's Tommy John's latest comfort innovation, and you can't get it anywhere else. So, you want to know more about it?
Yep. Hey,
Yep.
tell me more.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you asked.
Right.
Apollo men's underwear is proven to keep you drier and up to 7 degrees cooler than regular cotton underwear. Cooler is a good thing
Yeah.
in Louisiana.
You ain't
Yeah,
lying.
especially when it's 100 and that index is 118, boys.
You ain't
And
lying.
that's part of the reason why Tommy John doesn't have customers. They have fanatics.
That's right, boys. Fans.
It's true.
Fanatic
Apollo
fans.
Apollo underwear is soft, supportive, stretches for the perfect fit every day, and is available up to size 4XL.
hello, Godwin.
For you boys that are a little
that's
bit
way too big
large,
for me.
yeah.
Godwin done lost 25 pounds. He ain't
that's
anywhere
it.
no
No,
4XL.
good.
Nah,
Yep.
3X either.
There
He
it is,
down to
boy.
2X, boy.
He's down to 2X.
With over 15 million pairs sold, men across America love Tommy John underwear because there's no more flopping, sticking, or chafing.
There you go, boys. That's important.
I don't like a chafe.
No.
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 So,
really
and
is?
like
Yeah.
all Tommy John underwear, Apollo comes with the best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee.
Uh-oh.
So,
There's that word again, boys.
Apollo
Free.
underwear is high end for your rear end, and you can't get them anywhere else.
That's it, boys. You got them here only.
High end for your rear end. That's
right.
you know.
I like it.
Okay.
I like
So,
it. That's got a little rhyme, there, boys.
all right, here we go. Now, I know you want to know how to get them, so here you go. Right now, get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com/duck. Go to TommyJohn.com/duck for 20% off. TommyJohn.com/duck. See site for details.
That's right, boys.
We're back.
We're back.
All right, we're back, boys.
He
Well,
rang the bell.
have I
We're
ever-
back.
If I ever told you the story about me almost drowning when I was like 5 years old, you ever heard that story?
I've never
I
heard
ain't
that one.
heard this one.
So my dad had this dog. Man, I used to know his name. I can't remember it now. It's a big old black lab.
Vegas.
No, it was a male dog. This was a long time ago. I was 5 years old. But I was out. I think we were fishing maybe with cane poles. Me and my childhood neighbor Chesley Carl Struben. Chess, that's what we called him. But I couldn't swim, and I fell in the water, and and Chess just ran to get Dad, and that dog was down there with us and jumped in, I don't know how long I was flailing. It's kind of one of my earliest memories, and I just remember grabbing onto the dog, and then he swam back to the. So I kind of fell in and was kind of a ways away from the pier or the boat dock, and I'll never forget because the worst part was. I think I was in my underwear, and Dad whipped me. Like, it scared him, but he also was like, boy, I told you not to go down there. You can't swim, you know. And so he whipped me, and my butt was wet. Oh, man, it hurt so bad.
Oh, I bet you it did.
But it scared me, and because of that, I was so scared of the water. Like, when I'd go to, like, Camp Chioka and stuff when I was a kid, I was in the... All my friends were down there in the deep end because you had to swim, but I was just like, I didn't want any. I was scared of the water. I literally had like a phobia of water. I didn't learn how to swim until I was like 12 years old.
That's a pretty traumatic experience. Yeah. I mean, just think about that dog, though. That dog knew that he was in trouble.
Family. Well, no. Yeah.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is.
Senses. They sense it.
You know, a lab to me is, if you're going to have a dog, a lab is going to be hard to beat. You know, you got your little yippy dogs like Jase got over there, you know, them things, you know.
What's his name? What's he call him?
But he's got two of them now, Buddy and
Biggin or something?
well, Biggin is a lab.
Okay.
I like it. I like that dog. He's a good dog, but
his little
He's
dogs.
got them little yippy dogs every time you come.
They always, them kind of, they'll bite you.
Oh, yeah.
The little bitty ones, they bite you because, you know, I guess it's because, because I dated a girl, and she had a little old chihuahua, and one night we sit on the couch, and she said, the dog come up and grabbed at me, and I said, hey, grab that dog, throw him out, put him outside. I said, because, hey, if he bites me, I'm going to kill him.
Hey, that dog.
I'm serious.
That was a good dog because it knew you you had bad intentions.
No, but anyway,
right. They know.
We're sitting on the couch, and she said, look, y'all got to make friends, So she just took that crazy little dog and put him in my lap and grabbed my hand and just put it on him, and he just.
She was trying to run you off.
Oh no! Hey, he drew blood. And I said, "Girl," so I finally I said, "No, hey, you're out."
Yeah, you call
you and the little chihuahua. Bye.
She said, finally.
Well, hey, maybe she did, but
That's like, Kay's dogs, Bobo and those two little yippy dogs. She's got
freaky and sneaky.
They can sense vibes.
Yeah.
If you're up to no good,
that's right.
Bobo's.
Well, that's
he'll growl at you all the way.
Well, yeah, I know, but Phil's. He's been building that dog up for that all his life.
Well, right, yeah. Don't be walking up in there, in the middle of the night. Because Phil's line is they're my first line of defense. He said I can tell between a growl on people that are up to no good and a growl and a bark. So he's got it down to where he knows by the tone of the dog. If it's a bad person or a good person, he'll say, I just get up and spray bullets to the wall.
Well, no.
Based on that bark. So I'm thinking, I'm never coming over here after dark.
Jep is right there, okay, but I had said about dogs sensing stuff. If your dog, which is normally real, everybody that comes in, it don't bother him, and they can pet him and he don't get all bent out of shape.
Yeah.
If someone comes in and a dog starts growling at him that is normally real pleasant, the dog knows you can't trust that dude.
That's right. That's why that Chihuahua.
I'm serious. It may have been, but I'm just saying, hey, that's true. Because we've had dogs all our life, and I'm telling you, our dog be laying over on the floor or something, and somebody come in, he start growling, we'd have to grab him. Because he's fixed to bite whoever. He don't like him, and he's got a good reason, and then you find out. It's like when they down there with Jimmy Red's kids. Bobo used to, every time they'd see one of them, he well, hey, we drove by there one day, and they out there trying to beat him with a stick.
Oh, yeah.
So there's something's going on that you don't know about,
right.
with that guy or with them people, so to speak.
Bobo's a smart dog. Now he knows. Like by that time he bit your mama. I came over there the next day. He looked at me and just
I come down there.
He knew he messed up.
No. I come down there 2 weeks later, and usually he runs up and jumps in my lap. He come up there like he was talking about. Yo, you gonna pet me? And I looked at him. He just walked away. Just thought, no.
Well, the night after he bit Miss Kay, Phil said Miss Kay was at the hospital, and Phil was awakened in the middle of the night by a dog fight underneath the house, like right underneath his bedroom. He said all night. He finally went outside and hollered, and they quit. Well, the next morning, I showed up to do some work down there, and Bobo come limping in, head all swole up. He got blood on him, not his blood. I imagine it was a big boar raccoon or something, but he was tussling with under the house.
Right. Yep.
And Bobo is notorious snake killer. He
kills them in the yard all the time.
Oh yeah. Yep. So he comes hobbling in. He looks at your dad, and your dad looks at him. He said, "What goes around comes around." They just lay down.
Good grief.
But yeah, those dogs. I mean, that's a cool story. That lab knew you were in trouble, knew you couldn't swim.
Yep.
And it can sense that. Swam out there. You grab a hold of him. He swims you back to the bank. I mean, that's. But I also realized that your dad, even though it might have seemed pretty mean at the time to get a whooping over that, but he was in the same situation I was when my youngest daughter ran away. I knew that I had to do something to deter that in the future. She was 4 when it happened. So, so he was at a crossroads there. So he had to do something to keep you from doing that again.
Yeah.
But that's a cool story.
Yeah, I've seen. I mean, like with people that have seizures. Like I know Scott when he was young would have like epileptic, people. There's dogs now that can sense that. They're
Well, no, all the vets that's got them. Okay, because Scott's got one of them, and when he's having something coming up with his what is it?
PTSD.
Yeah. When he's fixed to have one of them attacks, that dog will go over and immediately lay her head on him. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. She knows, okay, because I actually seen him have one of his episodes, and me and Marcia literally had to physically pick him up and take him out of the car because his mind actually shut his body off. And all it was he was going to work. He used to be a recruiter here in Monroe. He was going to work and he seen a homeless guy, and he stopped and tried to help him. And then he told Phillip, he went to see Phillip McMillan and said, "Hey, I met this guy today and I want to be able to help him. You do this for a living. How can I help him?" And then that evening he had an episode, and what it was, he used to fly out into battlefields, okay, where they just have, and would pick up prisoners. And of course they was malnourished and dirty and all this, And that's where he went as soon as he remembered, seeing this homeless guy. So it's one of them things. It's real, folks. This, disorder. So it's just one of them things. But dogs, okay, like we were talking about before, they sense this stuff, okay, before it's fixing to happen. They can tell it's coming. And that was like when that dog saw you fall in the water, he knew, okay. Which is pretty cool when you think about it. That the Almighty puts that in them.
And an animal,
yeah. If you're looking for a dog, go with a lab.
Yep. They're a good pet, number one, and then they actually do their job, which is they love to hunt and retrieve.
They're very loyal and protective.
They are, but there are a few out there that are.
Oh, they'll strain you.
To be chewed.
Yeah,
like
they'll strain
Blue.
you. Okay,
but I think Phil
just won't do.
Old Blue just won't do. Phil loved that old dog. He finally retired.
That sucker was fast. I'll say that.
He was the best retriever we ever had, but he had terrible manners.
Yeah.
Terrible
well, he
manners.
had a lot of issues you had to deal with.
Well, let's talk about some of them right after the break. That'll be a good one. Well, Si, you've been duck hunting for how many years?
About 50.
About 50?
About 50. That's just a guess.
So when you were duck hunting all those years, were you using hearing protection?
No, unfortunately, I was not, and me and Phil both have hearing loss because of it.
That's right.
Too many shotgun blasts, without protection.
Well, good news is there's something that we have this day and age that can really help in that area.
Technology, boys.
Technology. Tetra Hearing. So Tetra Hearing is made exclusively for hunters. For decades, waterfowlers have not had great options for hearing protection. That's just what you were talking about. Yep. Foam plugs muffle all of the sound so you can't hear your calling or talk with your buddies in the duck blind. And earmuffs are hot and bulky. And you know the best thing about duck hunting is what?
Is the fellowship.
The fellowship in the blind.
Yep.
So only 1 in 5 waterfowlers wear hearing protection, and it is time for a change. Here's
Bad
why.
move.
Yep.
Bad move. I know it's awkward, but you need to do it. And only 1 in 5 waterfowlers wear hearing protection. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
1 in 5. That's not good.
Nope.
So new research shows moderate hearing damage increases the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia by 3 times. Also, you can damage your hearing forever in as little as 15 minutes of shooting ducks unprotected. So that's pretty good.
You need to wear hearing
incentive.
protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good news is that the hearing doctors at Tetra have developed Alpha Shield, a new premium hearing protection product that reduces gun blasts and loud calling to safe levels while allowing you to hear your calls, talk to your buddies, and hear those whistling wings before daylight side.
Boys.
You can.
That's what you live for.
Yep.
With Tetra, you make no sacrifices. It's why we wear Tetra Alpha Shield. They work. Don't kill your future just to kill ducks. Visit tetrahearing.com for more. That's TETRA hearing.com and use the code DUCK15 at checkout to get 15% off.
Hey, there you go, boys. Savings.
It's worth it.
Welcome back to the Duck Call Room. Well, we were just talking about
Old Blue.
Old Blue,
He won't
Phil's trusty lab for 11 years. Well, when I look at something, I always try to look at the pros and the cons. And this dog was a 50-50 dog.
50-50.
The best retriever we've ever had, but the worst manners I've ever seen on a dog. Case in point.
Eat the duck blind.
He would eat the duck blind. That is correct. I've never seen a dog eat the duck blind. He ate the wood off the duck blind.
Yeah.
All
Number
the
one.
brush. He would have to, all you'd hear before daylight is crunch.
Crunch. Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
dried sticks popping. He's over there just
Yeah.
He just gnawing
He's
on
crazy.
everything.
And he had terrible
manners.
terrible gas. He would
Oh, yeah.
he would cut wind,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it was the worst dog.
Nice.
When dogs cut wind, it's the worst.
He
Well,
was not housebroken, okay, because he would use the bathroom in the boat,
He would. That's right. He would.
in the four-wheeler.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. There'd be a little pile in there. Phil scoop it out with.
Don't put your grip
always
in
be all right.
Phil's rig.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
never do.
No.
And then he'd go run through water, and the first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna jump on you, on
Yep.
somebody, whoever's in
Yeah.
there, and just then,
Yeah.
We finally talked him into retiring because the dog got to where he couldn't see and hear no more. He had a lot of white hair on his face, but I could tell your dad was really attached to that dog, Jep. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
was
never
a
been
good
attached to a dog till that one.
Yeah.
But
Cause
Y'all
that'd be the last
He would
thing
get
we
a-
would.
he
Yeah,
would-
that'd be the last thing we'd discuss when we'd all get in the four-wheelers fixing to leave. They'd tell me, "Hey, are we taking the dog or without it?" And Stone would say, "Hey, leave the dog. I don't mind going to get the ducks."
that's right.
And Phil said, "No, we're gonna take him."
Yeah.
He was a good. He'd get him if you cripple one down.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna
Oh,
get
yeah,
him.
he's gonna get him, Bubba. Yep, Si, you ready to get into some of this hello at Duck Call Room email?
The mailbox, boys.
All right, we have a question from Sammy. Sammy says, hello, I have a question for Jay about venison. With his infinite cooking wisdom,
Yep. There you go, boy.
I was wondering how to get the gamey taste out of venison. Now, I have a little bit of cooking wisdom. It's not infinite, but as far as wild game goes, I am proficient with getting gamey flavor out of wild game. Now, if you think venison is gamey, do not eat duck. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's right.
here's what I do when I prepare my venison. She says I have everything but back straps in my freezer and would like to start cooking it more. Any recipes will be greatly appreciated. So, first off, you need to age your venison. When you harvest your deer, you hang it up and you let it age with the hide on. I do it for 21 days. When you start seeing that mold growing on the inside of that rib cage, it's time.
It's ready.
Time to skin the deer. So
Yep.
I'll gut it, cut the head off of it, and hang it up. Now, if you don't have access to a walk-in cooler, or where you live is not cool enough to do that, you can do what they call wet age. You can go ahead and cut all your pieces off your deer right after you kill it. Put it in a vacuum seal bag. I'll cut my back straps in half, put them in vacuum seal, put them in a refrigerator, not freezing. You got to be 34 to 37 degrees, and you can wet age that venison, 7 to 14 days, however long you want to do it. And what that does, that breaks down all those muscle fibers, because when you kill an animal, it locks up,
Right.
and that back strap's real tight. After you age it, the texture's really mushy.
Yeah.
So I would highly suggest aging venison, because there's not a lot of fat in venison, and if you don't age your venison, it's going to be pretty tough, from my experience.
Well, it's like when you go to a steakhouse. I mean, when I finally learned, like, all the good steaks were aged
That's right.
beef. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
way more tender and just better.
Tender, juicy.
Well, what do you recommend? She's already got it.
She's already
Oh.
got it. So, I would recommend slow cooking. If you're going to cook the shoulders, hams, you can slow cook them things like a roast and in a crock pot or a Dutch oven, and they'll turn out good. But if you got something, if you think it tastes gamey, you can do this trick. You can brine that meat in salt water overnight, and that'll take a lot of that gamey out of it. Now, if you're going to fry it, I would recommend a saltwater brine, and then the next night a buttermilk brine.
Our milk, sweet milk could do it
warm
too.
Buttermilk.
Yeah, but buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
I've done both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
it does. So that does help with the gamey flavor, and plus they have a lot of marinades, wild game marinades. You can marinate it in. So there's a lot of ways to get the gamey out of it. But yeah, that's my advice.
Well, marinade usually just covers it up.
That's right.
Okay.
If you want it to taste like marinade, put a marinade on.
Yeah.
Saltwater brine.
Yeah, we'll actually
You
draw
say
it out.
draw it out,
We'll draw
so.
it out.
All right, and here's
There you
one for you, Si. Now I don't know if you can answer this question without laughing, but this is from Austin. Austin is a cavalry scout and a fairly fresh promoted E5 in the Army.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Just got promoted. Congratulations,
Yep.
Austin.
On that.
And I was wondering if Uncle Si and our Jay, I'm not qualified to answer this, has any advice on being an effective leader. Thank you for any and all help. Now we all know Si was what'd you get up to?
E7.
E7.
Yep.
He could have been an E.
Sergeant
E9.
first class.
I never got it.
I could not. Well, I never did see on that. I never did see a job I wanted that was E8 or E9. Because when you get to that level, you got to be political.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not political. Okay, but the real reason E7 was high as I went, I could not keep my mouth shut.
Shocker.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Shocker.
But
So would you say you were an effective leader?
I'm on that. I would just put it this way. I need improvement
Well,
on being an effective leader.
we all
But
do.
one of the things that I got in more trouble for, because you got to understand, you've got your rank issues, okay, and they say, okay, the powers to be and the officers and NCOs higher ranking, okay. I got in more trouble because I didn't want to ask my men to do something that I wouldn't do
you
myself.
wouldn't do. That's right.
Okay, but I got in more trouble because when we was working, I would be in the ditch working with them.
That's right.
Okay, and then my higher NCOs and the officers would say, hey, that's for the troops to do, not you.
Huh.
You know, but the thing on a leader, all good leaders that I knew, okay, they had the servant attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'd be my best advice to you. But like I said, you got to watch it because it's going to get you in trouble if you work with the troops because you're higher ranking NCOs and officers.
Well, you know, I had some leaders that would do exactly what you were talking about, and I never was a leader in the military. I was always a grunt. So, but my leaders that I respected the most were the ones that led by example.
Yeah.
And got out there and got dirty with their guys. So
They
that's my
realized,
advice.
Well,
they
you gotta
realized it was
Hey,
easier to pull a rope than push it.
I'll put it this way, okay? Because you're in the military. If you have to go to war, and you may end up dying with each other. Okay, so you here's the thing you gotta remember. You got to count on that man who is leading you, and you got to count on that man who is following you to have your back.
That's it. And you could tell the guys that were willing to die for each other.
Yeah.
I mean,
because hey, the leader, he'll always he'll have you back, and usually he'll be in front of you when it gets the going gets rough.
so Austin, our advice to you: lead by example. And you know, Si, there are a lot of good humans left on the planet. You don't have to look too far. You look at our nation's military, and you will find servants and people that are selfless.
That's it.
So
That's it, boys.
all right, Godwin, you want to wrap us up with a Bible verse?
Oh, yeah. I got a good one.
All right, boys. Where we at, Godwin? On it.
I was looking today, and it was 2 Corinthians 4, 16 through 18. Because all this, all this COVID going around, this Delta variant, and everybody's scared, and the president's going to talk to us and tell us what to do. We fixing to have to wear a mask again. That's going to be pitiful, but you just can't lose. A lot of people scared and anxious, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
And rightly so. Rightly so.
Yeah.
But this is a good one right here. 2 Corinthians 4, 16 through 18. Therefore we do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal.
There you go. So, in other words, hey, here's the summary of all that. Don't get too downhearted when everything around you seems to be going to the dogs. Okay? Look to the future, boys.
That's right. Just
Fix your
remember-
eyes on Jesus and the Almighty, okay? Because He's still in charge of them three.
What Dad's always told me is just love God and love people, and life will be good.
That's it.
Yeah.
The rest will work itself out.
That's right. It'll all work
Just
out.
remember,
in the
we
end, boys.
win.
Right.
All right.
All right, folks, that's it. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.